All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakha Kodash. I'm going to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well on the truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful lick, who continue to push his word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to the million children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, just basically getting on the nation's hating us, man. Because hey, a Moabite is not going to be your best friend, or a fucking Edomite will not be your best friend. Ultimately, those are your enemies, man. Like the elder brother always say, the elder brother Aram, he says, Israel doesn't know that they have enemies, man. You don't know that it's people upon the planet Earth that hate you, man, and that want to cut you off from being a nation. You know, let's go ahead and start off right here, man. This is the book of Zechariah 1 and verse 15. It says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction, man. Because that's what these other nations do, man. You go into Ham, you go into the Hamites, the people, the Africans that own these different stores, that own these different beauty supply stores, man. Hey, cause some of them might be Jake, cause you gotta always consider, that Israel is spread, Israel is scattered throughout all nations. But hey, man, for lack of better words, majority of that nation hate you, man. Again, Moabites, Hamites, you go into a grocery store, he looking at you funny, he's trying to jip you off 35 cents. The store smell bad. Hey, the Moabites. And we already know how these Moabites and these Koreans get down. They'll shoot you down, man. I remember I was looking at the 92 Rights Ride. Basically, how it was a war between the Koreans and the so-called blacks, man. Because the damn Moabite lady shot at Jake because she thought that she was stealing the orange juice, man. She got killed over a thing, and even though, yeah, we know it was judgment, but she got killed by a fucking Moabite, man. That's a disgrace. So let's read this again. So like it says, I am very so displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Because hey, even in America, our folks been in slavery in here, but hey, we still at the bottom. But these people, folks, they can come off and they can just get a loan. They can get $100,000 loan and buy a Metro PCS. Why? Because they're at ease. Basically, it's time for the heathen rule. Read this again. It says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction of the nation of Israel, man. Because again, little things like you, 35 cents, you jipping on Jake on 35 cents, a this, a that, tipping and tacking, man. For lack of better words, these Ishmaelites, these so-called Arabs, what they'll do, man, they'll pop your women, man. For a bag of Cheetos of a free food for the next month, man. You know? But again, that's a part of us furthering ourselves in this wicked world, or furthering ourselves in basically in death, or in the valley of the shadow of death, man. Because Jake got to play catch up, but when these other heathens come over here, it's already laid out, man. Let's get this real quick. It's a video from TikTok, man, and play it, and you can see how much these people hate you.
Minorities that you hate. Wait. You guys think we should find out? And then, what's your top three?
Now, real quick, it's 3 Edomites that's egging this thing going, man. Which shows you who the head of the hatred, man. Which shows you who the head of the downfall, the affliction of Israel, man. The so-called white man. Let's play it.
3 minorities that you hate. Wait. You guys think we should find out and then edit it out if it's bad later? But you can't say what happened. You can't go on the internet and say what happened if we edit it out. Deal? This is an Asian man during Asian Heritage Month. We checked the rule book. It's allowed. His girlfriend is a vegan without a credit card. So for you liberals out there, these are his top 3 least favorite minority groups. Starting with number 3, Sri Lankans. We were really concerned you might just drop the N-word right from the top.
And right there, he said Sri Lanka. What the hell do Sri Lankas got to do with nigga? Because he knew that Jake was going to be in the list, man. He knew that Jake was going to be amongst the hated. Because you can ask an average Arab, you can ask an average Moabite, who you hate coming into the store most? They gonna say niggas. They gonna say Jake, man, and even superstars, man. It was a thing over there because hey, Moab gonna get it, bro. And I got numbers between the two chapter I'm holding, but Moab gonna fucking get it, bro. Because I remember a couple months ago, it was NBA players going over there to China. They was yelling niggers, yeah niggers. Like what the hell is going on, man? Which shows you really the whole world hate Israel, man. And they should, for lack of better words, we love the booze because we know we know why you hate, man. Let's go ahead and play it though.
Out there. The number 2.
Native Americans.
Whoa!
Right there, his number 2 was what? Native Americans, man. Which we already, there's Gad and Reuben, but you can even say that's the northern tribe, man. The Aztecs, the Mayans.
Whoa!
Whoa!
He set us up all nice guys. Sri Lankan, not going to be that big of a deal. Small island. What is it about the Native Americans that you don't like?
They're poor and dirty.
They are poor and dirty. And hey, for lack of better words, we are poor, man. Because, hey, man, they living in reservations. They can't go get $100,000 loan like your folks did, man. Hey, they can't open up a Chinese restaurant and serve cats and dogs like your folks did, man. And hey, for lack of better words, hey, you just showing your true colors, man. You saying Native Americans, but we're gonna see what he say next, man.
Wow! 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 Wow!
He said they're poor and dirty. Let's play that back just a little bit, man. Just a little bit.
Wow! That you don't like.
They're poor and dirty.
You don't like them because they poor and dirty, man.
Wow!
You don't like them because they poor and dirty. So what the fuck is you doing, man? And niggas eating cats and dogs. And don't speak of the plastic rice and the squid that they eat, man. The calamari. So what the fuck is you, man?
Wow! 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 The number 1 least favorite minority group, according to Hans Kim, is
the blacks.
Right there, the blacks, Judah. You know what I'm saying? Because for lack of better words, that do make sense. Because Judah is the head tribe. Judah is going to be the most hatred. But guess what? Northern tribe is coming in, too. But for lack of better words, man, this is all biblical prophecy. I'm finna let this video run out, and I'm gonna get the scriptures, man. Because number 1, it's these 3 fucking Edomites that's egging it on. If you look in the background, it's a fucking Jake out there on the base, man. Laughing, it's a joke or whatever, blase, this, that, and the third. But this nigga really mean that, man.
Congratulations, you guys. Congratulations.
And right there, Jake, like, fuck you, man. Because it ain't like you gonna pull out. He said in his face, he told him in his face, I hate you. It ain't like when he walked up stage, he didn't see that Jake right there, man.
Shondi's threw a water bottle at him. He's up on the stool. An incredible standoff. May versus February. What's your top 3 minorities that you hate?
And that's about it on it. But again, it was the nation of Edom that was egging that bullshit on, man. And hey, may Yahweh Shah destroy these niggas and put these motherfuckers in captivity, man. Slack for the language, but may the Lord put these devils in captivity, man. Because we work for Yah, but it's going to be a point when the Lord is going to make you work for us, man. How it's supposed to be. Let's get this in Psalms 83, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, keep not thou silence, O Most High, hold not thou peace. Yes, man. Hey, basically, begging the Lord to answer our prayers. Don't let this devil rule any longer. Don't let this nigga have the victory, man. in these other nations because they think, Moab think they're the next ones up. That's why they proud. Because that was proud as hell to say, man. You said the Sri Lanka, what the hell the fuck? Where Sri Lanka come from? He ain't asking why you hate the Sri Lankans. He said Native Americans, man. He said why you hate the Native Americans. He said because they was poor and dirty. Because that's one of the lowest people upon the planet Earth, man. They got their land stolen away. And the land they do have is filled with a fucking casino or it's filled with a reservation, which is basically a fucking projects, man. So that's why in Psalms 83, it says, hold not thy silence. It says, keep not thy silence, O power, hold not thy peace. Because no peace is going to be upon these nations. It says, and be not still, O power, for lo thine enemies make a tumult. That's why when you go to a gas station, it's either a Hamite that own it, or so-called Amorite or a Moabite, African, a so-called Chinese person, or Japanese, or a fucking Arab that own it, man. Why? Because they're making a tumult around you, man. It says, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. Yes, man. Because they know that Israel have been casted down, so they head up in the air, man. They think that they're going to be in that exalted position forever. They think they're going to be exalted for us forever, man. Because, we at the bottom right now, man. But wait till tomorrow. Let's continue on in verse 3, though. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Now, who is thy people, man? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And even though he didn't name the Latinos or the quote-unquote so-called Mexicans, and you can basically put them in the same boat as the so-called Native Americans, man. That's the northern tribe, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Cherokee tribe, and things like that. That's the northern tribe, man. Read this again. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Yes, man. They have consulted against who? The nation of Israel. How? By putting Fagos in your neighborhood. Hey, you go to an Arab store, they got Fagos, Cheetos. They don't have nutrition. They don't even cashews. I like cashews and sunflower seeds and things like that and peanuts. But as you go to these Arab stores, they have these, low value cashews, man. You can tell that they're low quality cashews. But you go to across the railroad tracks, their cashews be high value, man. You can taste it. You can taste that those cashews wasn't picked down 3 years ago, man. You can tell that they're voluptuous. They have more flavor. They're more full. When you get one from the Arab store, it's full of shit, which shows you that these devils are strategically breaking us down, man. Because the food that be in your neighborhood, the food that be in Piggly Wiggly, Giant Food World, even Walmart, a lot of those food are filled with GMOs. Why the hell is not a Trader Joe's in the middle of the hood, man? Or a Whole Foods in the middle of the hood? Why? Because it was meant for a Piggly Wiggly to be there, man. So they can continue to beat you down. That's how they making a tumult around you. That's how they doing crafty counsel around you, man. Because these devils know what you like. They know that Jake like pork chops and things like that and over-seasoned food, watermelon with salt on. They know Jake like shit like that, man. So they're going to feed it to him, man. They're going to put it in their face. And you know Jake is going to take the bait. Let's continue on in verse 4, though. It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And that's what they do, man. By trying to separate us from our power and basically trying to kill us, man. You go to the store and buy some. Like I said, a corner store and buy some. If you look at it, they don't scan. And you go to like Publix or Walgreens or anything like that. They actually scan things. But you go to an Arab store or a Chinese store, they just gonna type it up. And then okay, you can say, yeah, I'm doing it by memory. But hey, your memory last week was $1.85, but your memory this week was $2.50, man. That's how these devils work, man. Because again, these other nations, they're devils too. How? Because they're under the banner of Esau. And that's how I continue on is going to show you. Read this again, Psalms 83 and 4. They have said, come and let us come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Because ultimately, they want us to separate us from our power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They want us to continue to be niggas and spicks, continue to be stereotypes. But the Lord is doing away with stereotypes, man. He's actually making us the thing that we're rightfully supposed to be. We're supposed to be kings, man. Let's continue on to verse 5, though. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. Now, who came up with the idea, man? The nation of Edom. The so-called white men, because those were the guys, you can see, it's like it. Those were the guys.
You guys think, what's your...
That was a good picture. Yeah, those were the guys that was leading the charge. They basically add this guy on, basically saying, yeah, say you hate niggas. That's what they wanted him to say, man. Because soon as he said Sir Lunkins, this guy said, yeah, man, I thought you was going to just drop the N-bomb right off. Because they wanted him to say niggas, man. They wanted him to say Jake, man. That's why it says they have consulted together with one consent, because you're following after the so-called white men. It says they are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white men, and the Ishmaelites, which is the so-called Arabs of Moab, who is the Moabites. This fucking Chinese man, fucking Hong Kong, Jimmy Wong, man. Jimmy Wang Yang. You know, because, hey, for lack of better words, they talking about some, when they say Asian Heritage Month, and then, they got a Black History Month and a Latino History Month. It's all but bullshit. But the only thing they did with that Chinese Heritage Month, when they did that, guess what they did? They even signed the bill. This guy Joe Biden signed the bill. Said, yeah, you guys have been downtrodden. You have been done wrong so long. Let me give you this much amount of money. What the fuck that come from, man? That shows you that the so-called white man fucking hates you, man. That shows you that the so-called Moabites hate you, man. Continuing on, though. It says, in of the Hagarenes, Gabal, Ammon, and Amalek. Yes, it says, Gabal, Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Basically, man, it's all these nations upon the planet Earth hate us, man. Even the Ukraine, like I say, yeah, the Ukrainians. Hey, the Ukrainians ain't nothing but Edomites. The Russians ain't nothing but Edomites. The so-called Ish people, the 48ers, they ain't nothing but Amalek, man. The so-called Japanese, they're nothing but Ammon. But just going back, hey, these people hate you, and it's all driven by the spirit of Esau. Now, real quick, because again, the next nation that they think is going to be up is who? The so-called Chinese, man. That's why, for lack of better words, what it's called, the China. They say China, they the next ones up. They the next superpower. They surpass America in money and resources and this, that, and the third. Which is a fucking, it might be true this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, the Lord is not going to give you devils eternal rulership, man. At the end of the day, the Moabites, you are imagining a vain thing. Let's get that real quick in Psalms. This is the book of Psalms 2, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Because it's a vain thing if you think the nation of Israel is going to get cut off, man. It's a vain thing if you think that this rulership of Esau Edom is going to continue, man. It's a vain thing if you think that heathens are going to continue to rule the planet Earth. No. Let's go ahead and get this. Continuing on. It says, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord. Because a part of you doing plans against the nation of Israel is a part of you doing plans against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Why? Because we are the Lord's people. Say, if you touch my son, you touch me. If you touch my grandson, you touch me, man. And that's the same spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahushua have, man. Let's continue on. It says, and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So let's break them down, man. Let's kill them. Let's cut them off, man. Let's overcome them. Let's continue on. Let's see what the Lord says. It says, he that sitteth in heaven shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. So you think that you're going to get the upper hand, but at the end of the day, you just playing your role as the devil, man. You thought you was going to win, but at the end of the day, the Lord is going to set you in a slippery slope to fall, man. Because it always happens. Because again, like the guy said, that Moabite, because let me put him on the screen. Let's put him on blast, man. See how this guy look. Like
According to Hans Kim,
according to Han Kim, is what the
blacks.
put that guy on screen because he's a fucking Moabite, man. You know?
The blacks.
Things like this, man. Let's go ahead and let's finish it off right here in the book of Numbers. This is the book of Numbers 22. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab, on this side of Jordan by Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites." Now, just to get a backstory unto it. Hey, man, this is the time when we was coming through, basically showing you that the Lord have exalted us, man. Going back into Joshua 9:9, have heard all that the Lord have done unto you in Egypt. So basically, they knew that the power of Israel is nothing to play with, man. They knew who they was dealing with, you know. They said, and they did the Amorites. They was kind of bad. They beat them like that. How they beat them like that? Man, they say it's the power of Yahweh Shemar Shai. Woo, Yahweh Shemar Shai. That's why they winning like that, man. You know, hey, you gotta realize when we left Egypt, these other heathens realized the fame of the Lord, man. They heard about the things that the Lord had, that the Lord have done for us, man. They heard about the plagues of Egypt, so they was at fear. You know, continuing on. It says, and Moab was so afraid of the people. They were scared because they were many and we multiplied. We was a lot of us. Jake like to get down. It says, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And that's what happened when we come around. A lot of these days, they be in distress. They get uptight. Hurry up and buy it. Hey, you gotta realize, man, these stereotypes, for lack of better words, to a certain extent, stereotypes be true, man. How Moab be eating cats and dogs, and they be like, hurry up and buy. They look at you when you walking around the store and shit like that. You know? Continuing on, and Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us? Oh, they gonna take us away like they did the Moabites, as the ox lick up the grass of the field, and that's for lack of better, he'll lick. Hey, because Israel was dominating and conquering, man. When you go into the history, you go into the history on how we basically got into that holy land. That's why the book of Joshua is a beautiful book, man. You know, the book of Judges, but how the book of Joshua was a beautiful thing, man. Read this again. It says, and Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. He sent messengers unto Balaam, the son of Beer, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of the people. Now, Balaam was a high priest on the left-hand side, man. It says to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out of from the land, so like that come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide against me. Like, yeah, man, it's these Israelites. I know what they did to the Hamites. I seen what they did to the Amorites, man, and they finna get me next. Continuing on. It says, come now, therefore I pray thee, curse me this people. Hey, they want us to basically be in a lower state, man. They wanted us to be downtrodden forever, man. That's why this nigga said he hate Native Americans, because of what? He said because they was poor and dirty, because they was downtrodden, man. Continuing on. It says, come now, therefore I pray thee, curse these people, for they are too many for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, so I can win, that we may smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land, so I can win. Curse them so I can win. It says, for I would that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou curses is cursed. And it's the same thing with Yahweh Shemar Shai, because he think Balaam was going to curse him. This is going to curse. No, man. It's going to tell you. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and jump down a little bit. Let's get to the point. This is let's get to the point. So, like, please bear with me. Yep, this Numbers 22 in verse 11. It says, "Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covered the face of the earth. Come now, curse them. Peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out." So this is Midian actually praying, saying, "Hey, can you please curse these people so I can win?" You know? But hey, no matter what the fuck you do, man, we're gonna win regardless. Continuing on. It says, and he said unto Balaam, "Thou should not go up with them. Thou should not curse the people, for they are blessed." Continuing on. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said unto the prince of Balak, "Get you into your land, for the Lord refuseth to give me leave to go with you." So basically, they said, "Hey man, hey, you might as well get your shit straight because you already lost, man." Continuing on, and the prince of Moab rose up, and they went into Balak, and they went into Balak, and said, "Balaam refused to come with us." And Balaam said, "Yet again, Prince is more and more honorable than they." So I can't go with you, man. Hey, no matter what I do, man. No, it's going to tell you, no matter what I do, these people won. Because why? The Lord was with them, man. And that's why we hate it, because the Lord is with us, man. That's why we're the most hated people upon the planet Earth. Not the Sri Lankans, not the so-called white men. The so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans are the so-called most hated people upon the planet Earth, man. Let's continue on. It says, "And they came to Balaam and said unto him, Thus saith Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming unto me. For I will promote thee into a very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people." So he's begging, "Can you curse me? Whatever you want, I give it unto you." And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, "If Balak will give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord my power to do less or more. Now therefore I pray you, tarry ye also here this night, that I may know that the Lord will stay with me more." Let's go ahead and jump down a little more to the point. Because again, even though he said that, but hey, let me see. So like I think it was this chapter. Kind, so Salaki, this the point right here. This the book of Numbers 23:7. It says, "And he took up his parable and said, Balak, the king of Moab, hath brought forth Amram out of the mount of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come defy Israel." So come curse these people, put these people on the bottom. Let's continue on. It says, "How shall I curse whom the most," so like, how shall I curse whom the Most High hath not cursed, or how shall I defy whom the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai have not defined? So basically, how can I fight against these people when the Lord is already with them? And again, that's one reason why we're hated, man. You know? So yeah, I just pray this video was edifying. I want to say, Call Halayah Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Makakodah, Shalom PTA, and the Bible.